Alright, internet explorers and connoisseurs of chaos, gather round. Today, we're diving headfirst into the digital rabbit hole that is Wikipedia, specifically, the parts where human genius decided to take a hard left at common sense and ended up driving straight into a dumpster fire of absurdity. You see, for every iPhone, every light bulb, every sliced bread, there are about 1,000 inventions that made people go, wait, what were they smoking? And thanks to the glorious annals of Wikipedia, we get to laugh at them all from the safety of our homes. We're talking inventions so spectacularly unhelpful, so bafflingly ill-conceived, they make a chocolate teapot look like a stroke of genius. Get ready for Wikipedia's wackiest inventions that never took off. Wikipedia isn't just for settling arguments about obscure historical figures or checking if that actor you like is actually dead. Oh no, it's also a vast, sprawling museum of human ambition gone horribly, hilariously wrong. Think of it as the internet's junk drawer. But instead of old batteries and tangled headphones, it's filled with forgotten prototypes and patents for things no sane person would ever want. Today, we're not just looking at bad inventions. We're looking at epically, mind-bendingly, how did this ever get beyond a doodle on a napkin kind of bad? These aren't just things that failed, these are things that arguably should never have been thought of in the first place. And trust me, you're gonna love them. First up, buckle your seatbelts, or don't, because this one definitely didn't have any. Our first contender for the What in the Unholy Heck award is the Dynasphere, invented in 1932 by a Mr. J.A. Purvis. This absolute unit was supposed to be the car of the future, and by car of the future, he apparently meant a giant metal hamster ball that you drive from the inside. Imagine a single, enormous wheel, about 10 feet tall, with a tiny passenger compartment suspended inside it. Revolutionary, modern, and profoundly, spectacularly, undrivable. The idea was, you'd sit in there, and as the giant wheel rotated, you'd go places. Think of the stability, the ease of turning, the absolute gut-wrenching nausea. Wikipedia, in its usual dry manner, notes that steering was achieved by tilting the driving engine. So, to turn left, you essentially had to lean the entire internal mechanism to the left, which would then hopefully cause the 10-foot metal death trap to veer in that general direction. Forget parallel parking. You'd be lucky to even stay on the road. It looked like something a supervillain would own, only if that supervillain had terrible balance and a penchant for going straight, really fast, into a wall. Unsurprisingly, it never took off. Probably because it would have taken everyone's lunch off, right after they tried to drive it. Next up, we have an invention that speaks to the eternal human struggle, the battle against our own cravings. But instead of diet and exercise, someone in the early 20th century thought, you know what solves everything? A cage for your face. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the anti-eating face mask. This wasn't some kind of weird BDSM accessory, folks, although it certainly looks like it could be. This was a genuine diet aid. Picture a wire mesh contraption that fits over your mouth, often with a lock, preventing you from, well, eating. The patent describes it as a device to prevent overeating or eating between meals. Because who needs willpower when you can just physically restrain your jaw? On the one hand, it's certainly effective at preventing solid food intake. On the other hand, it's utterly humiliating, impractical, and doesn't stop you from guzzling a gallon of ice cream through a straw. Also, imagine trying to explain that to your dinner date. Oh, this? Just my personal anti-snack force field. Totally normal. Wikipedia doesn't explicitly state why it never took off, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, because people like to eat, breathe, and not look like they're about to be interrogated by Hannibal Lecter. What a shocker. Finally, for our pièce de resistance of utter absurdity, we have an invention that perfectly blends capitalist efficiency with questionable parenting choices, the baby mop. Yes, you heard that right. This brilliant, and by brilliant I mean deeply concerning product, is a onesie for babies, but with mop-like fringes attached to the stomach and limbs. The pitch, as your baby crawls around, exploring their world, they're also conveniently mopping your floor. It's not child labor, it's early job training. It's not exploiting your infant, it's multitasking. Now, besides the obvious hygienic nightmares, a baby crawling through whatever delightful mess is on your floor, then inevitably putting their mop hands in their mouth. There's also the question of effectiveness. Are we seriously suggesting that a tiny human, propelled by pure, unadulterated chaos, is going to clean your floors better than, an actual mop, or even one of those robot vacuums that doesn't scream when it bumps into furniture? Wikipedia notes it was introduced in 2012, so it's a relatively modern marvel of misguided ingenuity. While it did gain some viral attention, because of course it did, it never became a household staple, probably because most parents prefer their babies to, not be sentient Swiffer wet jets. Honestly, the nerve of some people, expecting their children to develop motor skills without also scrubbing the kitchen tiles. The horror. So there you have it, folks. A small, hilarious glimpse into the vast digital archive of human invention, where ambition often collides head-on with common sense and practicality. From hamster balls for humans, to face cages for dieters, to exploiting infants for floor care, these inventions stand as monuments to the idea that just because you can invent something doesn't mean you should. But hey, let's be honest, we wouldn't have all this glorious failure to laugh at if people weren't constantly trying to push the boundaries of what if. So, thank you, brave, misguided inventors, for giving us so much delightful content to scroll through on a Tuesday afternoon. Your failures are our entertainment. What absolutely insane invention have you stumbled upon on Wikipedia? Let me know in the comments below. Did I miss an even more ridiculous contraption? I want to hear about it. If you enjoyed this wild ride through the annals of bad ideas, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps the channel. And if you want more hilarious dives into internet absurdity and things that probably shouldn't exist, hit subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on the next adventure. Thanks for watching. And remember, sometimes the best invention is the one that never sees the light of day. Stay wacky.